Right now on the planet, opportunities are arising for us to step into our feminine power. Now, this is no longer a wishy-washy concept. It's actually essential for us to do this now. And in this video, you'll learn a step-by-step roadmap to activate more of your feminine power in your life. I'm Avalon from Blossoming Woman, and I went from being in an abusive relationship to being a single mum, and now I have a beautiful family living a life I love. And in this video, I'll share with you the steps I took to get there. But first of all, why is this even important right now? Even though lots of horrible things are happening in the world, the real transformations that need to happen are not going to happen out there by us blaming others or wishing it was different. In fact, we need to make the changes within ourselves, and from that place, everything else flows. In fact, as we step up into more of our feminine power and allow more of our lights to shine, this naturally, magnetically invites other people to do the same, and it also invites the men to step up into their masculine power, and we need that. That's vital too. So how do we do that? Well, first you need to connect in with yourself, to breathe more deeply and feel what's happening within you and allow those feelings to arise. This includes becoming more comfortable with strong emotions rather than stopping it and trying to squash those feelings away, actually allowing it to flow through you, because when you squash it down, that actually squashes down your natural feminine power. And then get clear about what's important to you, your values and your priorities, so that you can really start to align with that in your life and live with more integrity and clarity and purpose. Next, you need to learn to communicate clearly and have stronger boundaries. No one is going to give you permission to do this. In fact, it's quite the opposite in our culture when we've been shut down. So we've also got this genetic memory from our history of persecution. So there's actually a danger that's been associated with speaking up and speaking our truth. So what we need to do is learn to communicate in ways that connect with other people so that we can come to more understanding instead of pushing people away, especially if something's hard to hear. Now, these are skills that you can learn, and it makes a huge difference in life when you can actually express yourself in a way that the other people hear you, and also hear other people and where they're really coming from, and really to hold space for our children and encourage them to be in their truth too, because this is where the transformation in our culture really happens. Now, related to this, become more aware of what triggers you, like what really puts you off center. Where do you feel reactive? Feel into your body, feel what's happening. Allow yourself to feel what's happening, because that's actually a sign from your body that there's some energy in you that still hasn't been released. Now, this can be like from way past stuff, or it can be just from something unresolved from recently. Whatever it is, our bodies are incredible and they're intelligent, and they will always show us what's the next thing that we can clear so that we can become more connected with our essential feminine essence. So this requires us to just be present, allow what comes up, to feel it, to release it and express it if we need to, write and journal or cry or dance or whatever it is, to just trust your body and trust what's coming up rather than squashing it down. Because if you try and avoid or squash down what you're feeling, it's actually just going to come up later, and it's actually going to stop your natural energy from flowing. So being present to what's real for you is another key to your feminine power. It also helps to understand the difference between intuition and fear so that you can really trust your inner guidance. So this requires you to slow down, to breathe more deeply, and when you're making decisions and choices, really feel into your body, feel what's alive for you, feel what is a yes for you, feel what's a no for you, and start to become more self-aware in that way. Now, the more your natural life force energy flows through you by releasing old patterns, by seeing the gifts in the challenges that have happened in your life, by letting go of limiting beliefs, the more you can really step into the present moment and have more energy flowing through you, the more you can open to more creativity, more playfulness, and actually it enhances your whole intelligence. You actually are firing on more cylinders when you're in that space of presence and connection and flow. So it's amazing what opportunities arise and open up in your life when you actually start to flow more with your natural life force energy. And you can also start to get much clearer about what your purpose is, because you do have a purpose for being here. It's really hard to see that when your perception's all clouded with other stuff going on. So the more you can clear and release, allow your natural essence to flow through, the more you can start living life with purpose as well. And finally, it's really helpful to connect with other women who are also sharing this journey, and especially if we stumble and fall off track a bit, which happens for everyone, that's totally human. It's how we deal with that. Do we allow ourselves to make mistakes and then just come back and see it and come back into our own center? Or do we use that as a way to beat ourselves up and get stuck in a downward spiral? Now that can make a big difference to the quality of your day. So having other sisters around to share with, connect with, to understand each other, that makes a big difference and is really supportive as you start to live from this place, from a more heart-centered place, and you start to walk this new paradigm of conscious motherhood in your life. So these are the steps I've taken to awaken my feminine power, and they're also the steps I guide you through in the Wild Mama Journey, which is an online course supporting you to awaken and express more of your authentic feminine power as a woman and mother. And registrations are open for that now, and they close this week on Friday the 13th of March. So it's only $97 to join us, and you get lifetime access to this 4-week course, so you can totally do it at your own pace. And you also get to join me and a whole sisterhood of women in this journey. We can connect, you can ask me questions, I'm totally there to support you. It's not the kind of course where you jump in and then you're just left to fend for yourself. This is like a container for you to really emerge as the woman that you know who you really are. And the problem is we haven't learnt this stuff from our culture or from our elders. So this is why it's so important for us to learn it now, so that we can start to activate our loving power and our children can move into the world with more of their authentic self being expressed. So if this is something that interests you and if you're feeling a yes to joining us in this journey, just click on the link. It's www.avalondarnesh.com/tribe/wildmama, and I look forward to sharing this journey with you.